Namaste friends. Today I will talk to you about an asana in Hathayoga named as Ardhakati Chakrasana. The literal meaning of the asana is Ardha means half, Kati means hip or the waist, Chakra means wheel and asana means posture. So this can also be called as half hip wheel posture. As the name goes, this is an asana where the hip joint is stretched like circle shape or a wheel shape. This asana comes in the category of standing asanas, and it is one of the very few asanas where the body is stretched laterally. In this asana, the body comes to the shape of a half circle and the waist line is stretched. Now let me talk to you about the benefits of this asana. In Ardhakati Chakrasana, the body stretches laterally, sideways. And when this happens, the ribs open up laterally, both ways. This asana is done on both sides. So due to this opening up of the ribs on the side of the body, the lung capacity improves. This is good for good breathing and improve the conditions of paradoxical breathing. Second benefit of Ardhakati Chakrasana is stretching the side of the hips. So when the body bends laterally, the side of the hips, both the sides, stretch and the fat accumulated on the side of the waist tends to reduce. The third benefit of Ardhakati Chakrasana is on the lateral flexibility of the body, and therefore the lateral flexibility of the spinal column. When the body stretches sideways, the spine also stretches sideways, and therefore the flexibility of the spine laterally improves by practicing this asana. Now, those people who have got severe injuries on the hip, on the shoulders or on the knee may avoid practicing Ardhakati Chakrasana. Now I will explain to you how to perform this asana, and then I will actually demonstrate this asana for you. I start from Tadasana, which is called the palm tree pose, keeping the toes, heels and knees together, and the arms are tight on the side of the body. With an inhalation, I take my left arm sideways towards shoulder level. At the shoulder level, I turn the palm towards the sky. During the same inhalation, I take the arm straight towards the sky. So when I reach this position, I ensure that the side of the body is stretched upwards. So you can see the entire left side of the body, from the thighs, hips, the side of the chest, the shoulder, arm, till the tip of the hand is stretched upwards. So this action was done with an inhalation. And then while exhaling, I have to tilt the body towards the opposite side. So with an exhalation, I tilt my body to the other side. At the same time, the hip is pushed outward so that the balance is not lost. So with an exhalation, I stretch to the opposite side, bending sideways. You can see. And after reaching there, I have to breathe, slow breathing, Ujjayi breaths. And the tail of the last exhalation I have to stretch maximum, making almost the shape of a quarter circle. Then with an inhalation, I have to come up all the way, stretching the left side of the body towards the sky. And then with an exhale, I bring the hand down, turning the palm at the shoulder level. Same way, I take the right arm sideways. With a inhalation, turn the palm at the shoulder level. Continuing that inhalation, I stretch
the right side of the body towards the sky, and with that length of the side of the body, I exhale and stretch the body to the opposite direction and reach as much as possible. After reaching this position, I have to start inhaling again, and each exhalation I have to go on trying to go deeper and deeper and deeper. So you can see my left hand comes almost to the knee level, and the hip is pushed towards the opposite direction, and the right bicep is touching the right ear. The elbows are not bent, the wrists are not bent. The entire stretch happens sideways or laterally. I can actually feel a nice stretch on the visceral fat on the side of the hip. I can feel the opening of the sides of the ribs, the shoulders, the arms. The entire right side of my body is stretching nicely and beautifully. And I try to make a nice quarter circle and maximize the stretch on the tail of the last exhale. And then with an inhale, I come back, stretching the right arm up, and while exhaling, I bring the hand down, turning the palm at the shoulder level. So this is how you have to practice Ardhakati Chakrasana. Now I will actually perform this asana. And while I am actually performing, I will not be able to talk. Now that completes Ardhakati Chakrasana. So did you observe that I was looking at one point? Did you observe that I was trying to stretch the body? Each exhalation I was going to go further, trying to go further, trying to go further. On the tail of the last exhale, I was trying to stretch maximum to that side. Now I'll speak to you about the important points to be noted while practicing Ardhakati Chakrasana. The first important point that you should keep in mind while practicing this asana is it is a side bending asana. So avoid bending forward or backward. Just observe. So when I bend sideways, I have to bend exactly towards the side. So common mistake of what people do is they bend forward. So the shoulder comes in front many of the times. So it leans forward, and actually I can go deeper and deeper. deeper and deeper, because my side of the body is not stretching. It is only a little forward bend. So try not to bend the body forward. Try to bend it sideways. You can see the shoulder, both the shoulder will be on one line. So this is the most common mistake in Ardhakati Chakrasana. Don't lean forward, try to bend sideways.
Another important point in this asana is that we have to lengthen the side and then bend to the other side. So when I lift the arm, bring it to the sky position, try to lengthen this side of the body. Try to give a nice length, and with that length, try to bend to the side. So this gives a good stretch. So if you don't lengthen the body, like the shoulder is not up, and now trying to bend like this, now you will not get the proper effect. There is not much of stretch coming on this side because that side has not been lengthened. So try to lengthen the side of the body and then exhale and go to the bending action. Another important point in this asana is when I am bending to the left, I have to try to push the hip to the right. So you can see that action. So I push the hip to the right and bend to the left. So you can see a little push happening on this waistline. So this action of the waist helps to improve that tilting action. It helps to improve that stretch. So try to push the hip to the opposite direction and stretch the body to the other side. While practicing this asana, you have to look at one point in front of you and look at that point and practice the entire asana. So while bending, while coming up, while putting the hand down, while taking the other hand up, all these movements have to be done with the same drishti, looking at the same point. So ensure that the drishti is ekagra drishti, looking at one point while practicing Ardhakati Chakrasana. People do this asana with a common mistake. What they do is when they bend, they start looking down. So when you look down, automatically the orientation of the body changes. And some people even look up. Both these practices of looking down or looking up, both these are not correct. So this asana has to be done at looking one point, ekagra drishti, by looking at single point in front of you. Don't look down, neither look up. Practice this asana by straight in front drishti. The biceps will touch the ear while practicing this asana. So don't keep the head down and the arm up. Try to keep head and the arm together and keep that contact between the biceps and the ear when you bend. So this will help you to stretch the body instead of only stretching the neck. So keep the biceps touching the ears and stretch the entire body towards the side laterally. While bending laterally, try to bring the hand very close to the knee joint. So initially you may be here, and gradually when you exhale, try to keep on sliding the arm and slowly bring it down and down and down and down, and try to bring it almost to the knee level. So when this happens, the other side of the body will be stretching. So try to bring the hand and the fingers towards the knee level. Ensure that your toes, heels, knees, all of them are together while practicing Ardhakati Chakrasana. Don't keep your feet apart like this, either the toe or the heel. Don't split your legs like this while practicing this asana. If you do that, the effect of the asana will be lost. Similarly, don't bend the knees while doing this asana. If you bend the knees like this, you can feel the effect of this asana will be lost. While staying in this asana, don't take the support of the hand and take the weight of the body using the hand. If this hand support is taken, then the effect of the stretch on the side of the body will be lost. So try to keep the hand down towards the floor and let it keep on sliding and
keep it free on the leg. You don't have to keep it away from the leg. You have to keep it on the leg and keep on sliding it down, and ensure that you don't catch the leg, and take the weight on that hand, thereby preventing the lateral stretch. So try to keep it going down, keeping it on the leg.
Now let me recap the important points of Ardhakati Chakrasana. First is, remember that this is a side bending asana, so don't lean forward neither backward. Second one, keep drishti in front, ekaga drishti, steady gaze at one point. Looking at one point you have to practice. Don't look down, neither look up. Third point, push the hip to the other side. When I bend to this side, push the hip to the other side and balance the weight so that you don't lose the balance. Fourth point, stretch the body nicely on the opposite side if I am bending to this side. So with that stretch or lengthening the body, you have to bend to the other side. Another point, keep your toes, heels, knees together and allow the hand to slide sideways through the leg. Don't keep the hand out, neither take the support of the leg. Another important point is you can practice Mula Bandha. While practicing this asana, when you bend, keep the anus locked, tight and inward. Keep the pelvic floor tight so that there is no protrusion of the anus muscles. Slow breathing, Ujjayi Pranayama. Each movement has to be synchronized with one half of the breath. So when I inhale, I have to take the arm up. When I exhale, I have to bend to the side. Take 3 to 5 breaths in the final posture. Again inhale, come up, and exhale, come back to Samasthiti. So keep these important points in mind and practice this asana. This asana is very, very beneficial, as I said, for the lung capacity, for reducing the fat accumulated on the waistline, and also improves the lateral flexibility of the spine. So observe these techniques and practice Ardhakati Chakrasana. Namaste.